And we are live from the Kenya School of Government here in the county of Nairobi this evening to discuss the transformation of the public sector, the milestones, the challenges, and the road that lies ahead. My panel this evening here at the Kenya School of Government is made up by Geoffrey Ruku, the Cabinet Secretary, Public Service, Human Capital Development, and Special Programs. Lovely having you here on the broadcast.
Thank you.
Asante sana. Next to him is Professor Noura Mohammed. He is the Director General of the Kenya School of Government here, hosting us this evening here, and much appreciated, Bwana DG.
Thank you, thank you.
Also in their presence is Ben Kai Chelumo. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Huduma Kenya Secretariat, and we thank you for your presence as well. And finally is Dr. Jane Kere Imbunya, the Principal Secretary, Public Service and Human Capital Development. Dr. Lovely having you here on the broadcast.
Welcome to all our members present here and our viewers at home. Karibuni.
And I have my colleague, Mashirima Kapombe, also with a live audience, lively here at the Kenya School of Government auditorium later. They will be, of course, contributing to this important conversation. Bwana CS first, coming to you. Give us a general overview of the public service and the state. Is it weak? Is it strong?
Thank you, Ayub. Kenya Public Service is one of the strongest public service in Africa, is well ranked. But having said that, we still have quite a number of issues to take care of. Kenya Public Service has come a long way from the time during a number of administrations, during Moi administration, during President Kibaki administration, Uhuru Kenyatta administration, and now the administration of His Excellency William Ruto. We are building on what has been put in place from the previous administration to now, and we want to have an administration, a public service which is serving the Kenyan people, considering what our Constitution says, as far as Article 232 of our Constitution talks about the principles and values of public service. There are challenges, yes, but where we have come from, there were more challenges than what we are having at the moment. But basically, we have a very robust Huduma Center, or Huduma Kenya, which at the moment we have about 59 Huduma centers across the Republic of Kenya, and we want to scale to 290, that in every constituency in Kenya, we should have an Huduma center to serve the Kenyans, or to ensure the services, government services, the doorstep of the Kenyan population. The training aspect of our public servants who are serving different ministries and state department and government agencies, that's a very critical aspect of this administration, as well as ensuring that the recruitment aspect, those who want to join the public service, we are ensuring we are talking about merit, meritocracy. So it's when you look at the public service, we are at a good position, good shape, and we want to make it even more firm, more progressive, more agile, so that we can be able to serve young people in the Republic of Kenya who are restless, who are agile, who are well educated, who want service now and then, not waiting.
And I'll come to you, Bwana DG. The Kenya School of Government is instrumental in that journey. Appreciating Madam PS, what the CS has said, if you were to give a general picture of how the civil service is today, what's your account if you were to give your perspective?
Thank you so much, Mr. Abdi Kadir, for that question. I will take on that question in terms of the milestones that public service has achieved in the past 2 years. And as I earlier put it, Within the State Department, in which I am the PS, I have got 4 other departments, of which I normally refer to as my children. So you will allow me, as a mother, to give you my bird's eye view concerning the 4. And I begin with the firstborn, who is a son. And this is the State Department of Public Service and Human Capital Development. To all our viewers at home and our audience here, this State Department, under the leadership of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, has made great milestones. And the first one that we pride in is the automation of the payroll. This is a significant milestone because it enables us, the digitization of the payroll enables the government to manage their wage bill. The second milestone is the reorganization of government. Every time government is reorganized, there is an executive order. It is this State Department that restructures that particular government and how it functions. Because through the MCAs, we are able to do staff establishment, we are also able to do the organizational structures, and we are able to do the workload analysis. Of course, all of us here, and even those watching us at home, you'll agree with me that just in the recent past, the President reorganized government and created new state departments. I can assure you those state departments are functional because they have all their HR instruments. And then I would also wish to speak to yet another major milestone. All our pensioners now register online. That is a major milestone, and we have to celebrate it. I would not leave it there until I inform Kenyans concerning our health and wellness directorate. This directorate has come up with 2 new policies. And I'm proud to say, on this same ground, on the 28th of this month, I invite all of you to come and see the launch of these 2 policies. Why are they important? Matters of health and wellness. Okay. The policies will enable government, 1, to prioritize issues of health and wellness, and number 2, to ensure that there is quality health access to the principal members as well as their dependents. So when it comes to health and wellness, we serve the entire Kenya because this service has been pushed to Huduma Center. Okay. Please allow me now to just speak about 2 more within the State Department. This is the what we call the PSR, Public Service Reforms. They have re-engineered more than 130 institutions. What is this re-engineering all about? They prepared the processes so that when ICT comes, they automate the right processes. We have done that for more than 130 institutions, which are now ready to go in for automation. Okay. And then I speak about my second-born child, who is my son, called the Kenya School of Government. I am proud to announce here and to let the whole country know that this institution has got 3 fully fledged artificial intelligence laboratories. Each laboratory can service 30 students, so 90. And by the end of this year, we shall be having 100,000 public servants in Kenya who will be AI compliant. Okay. I'll talk about the next 2 that we all need to know as a nation. Okay.
Can I just pause you? We will take it further with the two as you expound on the same, because you have touched on the Kenya School of Government, which is another instrumental institution, and coming to its Director General, the place of AI and in the modern digital world. How have you been transitioning public servants to fit into the modern day world, driven by, as she has pointed out, technology, artificial intelligence, and the modern day scenarios which seem to be driving the market forces around the world?
Thank you so much, Ayub. Let me say that Kenya School of Government, Ayub, is in the process of setting up a very important center of excellence called Strategic Foresight and the Public Service of the Future. We are preparing a futuristic, leadership in the aspect of the emerging issues, such as what you have just mentioned, the artificial intelligence. One of the things that we did in collaboration with Ministry of ICT, as well as UNDP, Ministry of Public Service, and Microsoft, we established a center of excellence called Regional Center of Competency for Digital and Artificial Skilling for the Public Sector. And the very objective of that center of excellence is to clearly create a whole aspect of innovation so that ultimately we catalyze innovation and we also accelerate the public service modernization and the digitization, so that then they are not only artificially intelligent, but they are also digitally competent to ultimately transform the whole aspect of service delivery in the public sector. Because currently, the whole issue of artificial intelligence is, public servants are not ready in terms of capacity. What we are doing is that instead of making it stand alone as a unit, we are including it in all our programs, including now the new CLDP coming in. There will be a unit on artificial intelligence and so on and so forth. Again, Ayub, what we did is that we are collaborating with various other countries, such as Estonia, which is known as, digitally ready government. So we've partnered with Estonia to build also the capacity of our own faculty, for the faculty members also to transfer the same knowledge. Secondly, we are also working closely with India government, so that then they build the capacity of our own public servants through online, so that then we'll be able to transit that. All this ultimately then will help us to realize the future-ready public service.
Yeah, and I'm sure you are alive to also some of the instances where the CS has been paying impromptu visits to Huduma centers across the country. We'll talk more about that, the equipping, retooling, the thinking, all about that, and what you have mentioned, and what Madam PS also said. Let's hear from the Huduma Kenya Secretariat CEO, and ideally is the state of service delivery at your level under the ministry, one that meets the needs of the Kenyan public.
Huduma Kenya is implementing the aspirations of Kenyan as spoken in the Constitution, Article 10, on the issues of governance, the type of governance Kenyans want, and also 232, the principles and values of public service. And again, as spoken in the Vision 2030, where Kenyans demanded that they want a transformed public service, courtesy of what had been happening earlier on in the previous periods, where getting service, government service, was a nightmare. And indeed, it was created 10 years ago, and now public service has transformed to what we believe today is a service of dignity, accountability, respect, where you can come in a Huduma center and you are able to be served without wasting time, but with the civility, with the respect. And that is the aspiration that Kenyans wanted, because they were tired of being asked for bribes to get service. So the state of public service today, Abdulkadir, I can say, is one that Kenyans appreciate the work of Huduma centers. And I can say without confidence, without doubt, that we have actually attained the mandate of Huduma service delivery program by ensuring that we've transformed public service. However, there is a bit of a concern about Kenyans, that we are able to replicate what is happening in Huduma centers in all the public sectors. And that is now the future of Huduma, where we want to ensure that what Kenyans enjoy in Huduma centers, they should be able to enjoy in every office of public service. That's our aspirations.
Okay, I'll come back to you, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to get to Mashirima, who is standing in the midst of the audience. And Mashirima, over to you. And what's the state of the views on what's been said here?
Ayub, as we said earlier, this audience is diverse. Kuna wale ambao wanatoka KSG, kuna wale wanatoka NYS, kuna wale ambao wanatoka kwa State Department of Public Service. Wako watu tofauti tofauti, na haswa kuna wale interns ambao wana maswali mengi tu kwa wageni wetu ambao uko nao hapo mbele. Labda nianze na hawa ambao wako karibu nami. Anza kwa jina lako kamili, utuambie unatoka wapi na swali lako ni lipi. Simama tafadhali.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Paul Mukona, a PR officer. I'm from the public service working in communication. Okay, my question is to the CEO of Huduma Center. And, my question goes beyond the physical accessibility that you have in your organization. What strategies are sustainable have Huduma Center put in place to ensure there is inclusivity and dignified service delivery to all citizens with special needs? Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Christopher Wandera from State Department for Public Service from the ICT unit. My question goes to our CS. That is, as we transform the public service, there are trends. We appreciate technology. We appreciate the automation of our systems through AI. But the question is, we all know that security comes first. What measures have been put in place to secure the citizens' data, the integrity of the systems, and basically just to secure the cyber security threats? Thank you.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is Norela Buraka from the Ministry of Public Service. My question goes to the CS and the PS of Public Service. The requirements on leadership and integrity, the official documents take too long to be processed. What are you doing to reduce the processing time? Thank you.
You can come up again. Not clear for Madam PS to note down.
Okay. Repeat your question, please.
The requirements on Chapter 6 on leadership and integrity, the official documents take too long to be processed. What are you doing to reduce the processing time?
Simama tafadhali.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Joy Muteti from State Department for Public Service, and I have a question to the CEO of Huduma. Why is it that the documents, the original documents, for instance, the national identity card, has got higher charges, yet initially the charges were a bit low? Is there any way we can do to reduce the charges? Thank you.
Ayub, there's also a question here that I have written down from our SMS line. It's to the CS Geoffrey Ruku. Someone is asking, at this time when he's making visits, impromptu visits in different counties where he's looking at how public servants are carrying out their work, ukiangalia jinsi mambo yalivyo sasa hivi, mambo digitali, ni vipi ambavyo watumishi wa umma wanatakiwa kuwa ofisini saa 2 asubuhi hadi saa 11, ilhali tuko katika wakati ambapo watu wanaweza kufanya kazi kutoka nyumbani wakiwa na tarakilishi na vifaa vingine? Ayub.
Thank you. And Bwana CS, I'll begin with you then. Daktari, I'll come to you. And then Bwana CEO. General, on the questions that you have written down, and the last one, what informs the order that you have issued? Is it not, according to the lady or the gentleman, outdated, backward, that today you need people in office from 8 to 5 when they can work from home?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, that comes a lot. But also it is important to know that not every government service will require you to work from home. For instance, it is true, yes, government has serious effort in digitizing so many services. And at this juncture, we want to call upon all the ministry, department, and agencies which have services which I may call the face of citizens, to ensure they are domiciled at Huduma centers. At the moment, we have about 46 MDAs, that is ministries and departments and agencies, which have their services at Huduma centers, whereas we have more than 300 MDAs offering services to Kenyans, and they have not managed to onboard their services at Huduma Center. Also, we have 36 counties in the Republic of Kenya which have onboarded the services within the Huduma centers which we have, out of 47 counties. And we are calling upon all the other remaining counties to work towards ensuring that their services are onboarded at our Huduma centers across the Republic of Kenya. Why this is important is because not all services which are offered by government, you won't require human interaction. For instance, today, if you want a police clearance certificate, you must go to Huduma. You first of all apply online, and you pay the amount of money which is required to be paid, and then you have to go to either a Huduma center or go to headquarters of DCI for taking of your fingerprint. So if you walk to Huduma Center and you find the person who is supposed to take your fingerprint, he or she is not there, what will be your reaction? You think that the government is not serious. The people who are working with the government, various departments, are not serious. So that's why it is extremely important for those who are offering services to the people of Kenya to be at their workstation at the required time. Yeah. Because majority of the services which are offered by Kenyans and by government will require human interaction. Not all services, even if they are digitized, there is a stage at which you have to go to Department of Immigration after filling all the form which is required and paying the necessary fees. Then you have to go and take that photo which is required to be taken at Department of Immigration, and also your fingerprint at the Department of Immigration, and also other necessary requirements which are needed for you to get your passport. So if you go to the Department of Immigration and you find that those who are supposed to carry out some of these services are not there, then it means you will be you waste your time there waiting. Number two, you think that as who you have given this responsibility, a high calling responsibility, a very sacred responsibility, to serve you with commitment and dedication, that we are not doing our job in the most appropriate way. Okay. So it is because of that reason I'm ensuring that all Kenyans who are working in public service are their workstation at the required time, as stipulated by the human resource manuals and procedures of 2016.
Okay, thank you. Bwana Waziri has to respond to that question as well then. Are the public service staff as retooled, as equipped as those in the private sector? And what happens when the officers they report to, as the policies do demand, are under-equipped? What then happens?
We, as a government and as a ministry, we are working very hard to ensure that the equipping of the different government offices is done, and that is done through allocation of resources every financial year by the Parliament of Kenya, which goes to different ministries and different government agencies to buy the necessary equipment. And I can assure you, most of the government department are very well equipped. Our police office department is very well equipped. The immigration department is very well equipped. We are talking about the Huduma centers.
We had seen on many occasions passport machines that were unable to work, and we're waiting to import one from Pakistan.
At the moment, I can assure you, yes, in the past there were some delays, there were some inefficiencies as far as immigration is concerned. But at the moment, I have visited quite a number of region offices. Early this week I was in Embu. I visited the immigration department offices, and they took me through their offices, and I can assure you all the necessary equipment are there. For instance, when we are talking about Huduma centers across the Republic of Kenya, they are well equipped, even in the very remote areas. But we want to have as many as possible Huduma centers across the Republic of Kenya, because it is the aspiration of this government through the President William Ruto, the services of the government to be closer to the people as much as possible.
Thank you. Yes, Madam Pierce, there was also a question for you.
Yeah, thank you so much. To our audience who asked a question on concerning this exciting time that we have with AI, I think the question was on securing the data. I will speak to it this way. Even as we get excited about AI and look forward to that moment that we all are AI compliant, there is need to adhere to ethical codes and standards as we use that application. Secondly, in Kenya, we already have a data protection unit. It's quite vibrant, and I know for sure they'll also run with speed to ensure that they match the excitement that we have around AI. And not forgetting that issues of AI are high innovations, and these innovations have not come at a standstill. In fact, they're just on taxi. So as much as we look forward to that moment, I believe those ethical codes and ethical standards will also be raised to a bar that will match the excitement. There was another question on integrity documents taking so long. Thank you so much. That is the kind of feedback we are looking for. However, that is a mandate that belongs to EACC. And having said that, it's good feedback that we shall share with that a particular commission so that in future, then they should be able to address that problem.
Yeah.
But thank you for sharing.
Yeah, Asante. And more will be coming. Yes, Bwana CEO, there was also a question for you.
Yes, the young man asked about inclusivity in public service delivery as far as Huduma service delivery program is concerned. Earlier, as I said, is that Huduma Kenya is serving the aspiration of Kenyan as stipulated the Constitution. And one of the principles of governance is about inclusivity. And so in Huduma, we've embraced that through a number of ways. Number one, we are having 59 Huduma centers spread across all Kenyans, meaning that we make an effort to ensure that these services are taken near Kenyans. Number two, we realize that these 59 Huduma centers, again, may not be near all residents. So we have another platform we are calling Huduma Mashinani. Now, Huduma Mashinani, we go to the village, to the market, so that we are able to ensure that even the elderly who may not be able to come to town where the centers are able to be reached. Even those who may not have the transport to come to town, they are reached, so that every Kenyan is able to be served. Again, we have the telecounseling, the Huduma Contact and Telecounseling Center. This one, again, is giving an opportunity such that if you want information or query about any government service, you do not have to travel to the Huduma Center. You just call 1919 and you'll get our agent, our Huduma agent, who will respond to any question about government. It is the only whole government contact center. We have the electronic and
How effective is that service? If, say, the CS was in my home county of Wajir,
yes,
in Tarbaj.
Yes.
Yeah, for very remote in Wajir East that borders Somalia. How does it work for a mother who is there, or in the Far East in Lamu, or along the border in Busia with Uganda, or to the border with Ethiopia in Moyale, Marsabit County?
As long as you have network to call 1919, they'll respond you even outside the country. You call 1919, they'll be able to receive your call, and they will respond to your query and support you or direct you on how you can get support on any government concern you may have. Mm-hmm. Then the other intervention we are doing now, by next year, we are going to we have already started procuring process. We are investing in what we are calling Huduma on Wheels. Huduma on Wheels is a fabricated truck that will be fitted with all modern equipment that will be able to drive to a market, park the truck there, Kenyans come to be served, and they go away with their ID cards or with their birth certificates. This year also, we are looking at investing in what we are calling Huduma Mlangoni, so that if you think that you are so busy to come to Huduma Center and you want to be served at a fee, you'll be able to call Huduma. A car will drive to your office. They'll process your documents at the comfort of your office or of your home. This is to ensure that every Kenyan is being served and is receiving services regardless of whether he's poor, regardless whether he's disabled, regardless of whether he's elderly. Even our website is PWD friendly to ensure that everyone is able to be served inclusively.
Yeah. And maybe just to add on what the CEO is saying, is that also we will include Huduma Express for those who feel that they may queue for some time, but they can be able to pay a fee. Yes. We have a nice place at KICC where we have Huduma Express and other places across the Republic of Kenya, but you pay a fee for that service so that the government can be able to get more revenue for those who feel that they can afford to pay. But if you feel that they can be expensive for you, all these other centers are there to address all these and to serve the people.
Yeah. Bonadiji, as a training institution, and having been a public servant for a very long time, actually career, is the present day, is the modern day public servant modern itself by appreciating technology in the provision of services for the public?
Thank you so much, Ayub. What we are looking at is that the public service is changing and changing so fast because of some of the emerging issues such as artificial intelligence we earlier said. Therefore, Kenya School of Government, what we are trying to do is then to prepare the public service for the future in terms of emerging challenges and issues. So that is why Ayub earlier said that we are in the process of establishing a unit that we refer to as strategic foresight and the public service of the future. What we are looking at is that by the year 2040, what kind of public service, will be there in terms of competency. And those competencies are developed today for the 2040. So what we are therefore then planning to do is that we foresight the public service of 2040 so that we prepare the competency framework for that today, for us then to develop a curriculum for the realization of that future-ready public service. And that is why, therefore, then we are also in the process of setting up what we call psychometric assessment and emotional intelligence assessment that then will give you, a future-ready public service, and that ultimately then will help us to realize a transformation required way before time and will be right in the future because of the readiness that we've prepared.
Okay.
Add a radar, yes. The public service that we have now, I would say maybe 70% are those who are trained in the yesteryears. And that is why we have put into place a very robust capacity building courses. At the moment, we have the Strategic Leadership Development Program, which comes in 4 cadres. This was born out of a CAB memo and the CAB meeting that happened last year in November, whereby it is mandatory that every public servant should be retooled. As I sit before you today, I am also a beneficiary of the 4th pillar, which is the induction. So those come right from the senior officers, drops down to the level, to the medium level managers. It goes to the supervisors and then induction. Funny enough, the last one is induction, but it affects all of us. So we are also on taxi to ensure that we give our workforce the relevant skills for the 21st century civil servant.
Okay, thank you. Over to Mashirima Kapombe, and who is still in the midst of the audience here at the Kenya School of Government.
Na bila shaka Ayub, maswali bado ni mengi. Kuna watu hapa ambao wangependa kujua kuhusiana na jinsi ambavyo wizara pamoja na taasisi husika zitaweza kuwasaidia watumishi wa umma kuwa na morali ya kufanya kazi. Kama kuna swala la kuongezewa mshahara, kama kuna swala la kupandishwa daraja, na pia haswa wale interns, mpango wao ni upi. Hayo yote ni baada ya matangazo haya ya kibiashara, lakini pia unaweza kutuma swali lako kupitia nambari ya rafa 22422 au kupitia mtandao wa kijamii ukitumia alama ya reli JKL Live. Endelea kuwa nasi.